Welcome back. So if you watched my last video, you'll know that this was a year of adventure. I'm just back from Ukraine. Now we're into something totally different. This is Ecuador, and in this video, we're climbing up Mount Chimborazo, 6,200 meters above sea level. And given where it's placed, it actually makes it the closest point on Earth to the sun. Now that's not something that many people can say that they've done. This video has been split into two. So we're starting with the arrival in Ecuador, the kit issue, everything that I took with me and that I needed to get up this mountain. Now this mountain is not something to be trifled with. As a friend texted me only after I'd got down, glad you made it because the mountain is high and the graveyard is big. Now I didn't know any of this at the time. It's actually the first mountain I've ever climbed. I've never done this before. I don't know if I'll do it again. This was one of the toughest things I have ever done. For those of you that have been watching along and know me, you'll know that I put myself in extremely difficult situations and just go and see if I can do it, kind of for the crack. In this case, this was something that really humbled me. So as we go through the video, you'll see exactly the kit and equipment that I took with me, the acclimatization that we had to do, arriving at base camp around 4,000 meters. The next video will have the major climb in it. So we go up to the high camp at 5,500 meters where I got some really bad altitude sickness, a hike through the night, and some surprises for you, that's for sure. Well, if it isn't the consequences of my actions. That, my friends, is a 6,000 meter mountain, and I've never climbed a mountain before. So we're going up that in a couple of days' time. So it's morning one here in Ecuador. Cheers. I slept pretty well. Got this amazing hostel actually. This place, the Viajero, so nice. There's not many people here, and we've got breakfast this morning. Plan is we are heading. Well, I am heading to Riobamba, which is just down the road, a few hours down the road. So we've got a taxi coming to pick me up in about 2 hours, and then I'm going to go meet Adam and Mike, and then we will spend a couple of days in Riobamba. Then we go up to the base camp for Chimborazo. Then we spend a couple of days at the base camp, 3 days I think, to acclimatise at 4,500 meters, and then from there we'll go up to 6,000 meters, hike up, no sleep, back down again. From that we're going to Cotopaxi I think, but we will see whether or not we can do it, because someone was telling me last night that it's closed because the glaciers are moving too fast because they're melting, which isn't ideal. Morning troops, welcome to Riobamba here in Ecuador. How you feeling, mate?
Great, never been better. Never show your weaknesses, Harry. It's lesson number one.
You've literally been showing your weaknesses all day.
Only to you two, not to whichever fucker's watching this.
Morning troops, right, here's a little update of the travels to Ecuador. It's safe to say we've been cooking up a storm and prepping ourselves for this next phase, which is the 6,000 meter mountain. Now I do want to say I've never climbed a mountain before, so I'm really not sure that we're that prepared, but Adam and I will be driving each other on, so stay tuned because we've got all the acclimatization training coming and then the actual climb, which we're doing at the end of this week. Having got to Ecuador and moved up into the mountains into Riobamba, it was only prudent then to get some exercise done. I was already now at 2,000 meters, which when you think about it is ridiculously high compared to anything that we normally experience when we're in the UK, or frankly, when you're traveling anywhere. Thankfully, Adam is also a massive gym bro, so that was our first stop as we arrived in Riobamba. This gym was literally just next door to the house we were staying in. Very convenient for us, so after we got some breakfast, we could just head down. But the benefit of doing this was, in fact, just getting my body moving and putting it through some exertion at such a high altitude, where you're already experiencing the effects of reduced oxygen. But it was nothing too spicy. It was a high volume back day weight session, but it was important then to get on the treadmill as well. So some sprints, some jogging, and some walking, reduced oxygen air around my body. And also I just wanted to see how I coped with it, to be honest. And I'm not gonna lie, it was really tough. All of this is just making sure that my lungs are working. I'm not really the kind of guy who walks on a treadmill that often, especially if I'm training, but here, that was important.
You do, mate?
Welcome to South America.
Yeah, day 2 in South America.
Yeah, it's all gone Pete Tong. We're not actually climbing a mountain. My colour sergeant can see me now with all of these bits hanging off my equipment.
Love it, or hate it?
Hate it. It looks like a bag of shit.
I don't understand why everyone doesn't watch all of my videos instantly.
Yeah, it was like you knew that I was filming.
Yeah.
You were just watching your own videos on the TV to get the views up though.
Because if you're not your biggest fan, who else is going to be?
I totally agree with that.
You had the same as me then, did you, Harry? The 10 as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They felt a bit small.
Yeah, just when I have the extra, I can always put more socks on.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking as well. Look how fast I can run.
Yeah, okay. Okay? Yeah.
Oven mitts, aren't they?
They're good?
Yeah.
They're good. With one under.
Overlay, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, you need first athlete.
Okay, so we're getting all our kit to get up the mountain, so it's all getting a little bit real now. And my watch is telling me that I'm only acclimatized to 1,350 meters. So we're currently at 2,600, about that, and we're about to go up to 4.5. So yes, we'll see how this goes. We've taken the anti-altitude sickness pills, but we'll just see if that works.
Preparing to climb Mount Chimborazo, Ecuador's highest point and the furthest point on planet Earth away.
What's that phrase again? In Ecuador, what do people say?
The people say in Ecuador, "Chuya vida."
And what does it mean?
The mean is YOLO.
Which is exactly where we're at. So it's the last night before we head off to base camp. So we head to base camp tomorrow, and yeah, it's gonna be interesting. 4,500 meters, and then we spend a couple of days of acclimatization, and then up to 6,000 meters on Sunday. So if you think packing for a holiday is tough, try packing for months and months of different activities in a totally different continent, not just country, continent, where you're also going around all the different climates. So you can see that here I've had to bring all of the equipment for climbing this mountain, as well as what you can't see is all the bits that I had for when we got back down to sea level, down to the Galapagos Islands and places like that. So big shout out to Through Dark. So what you're looking at is a lot of base layers, both from Through Dark and actually a couple from Gymshark, which were really good. Gloves, helmets, snoods, hats, soft shell jackets, really lightweight trousers, which are incredibly warm. I know I've already talked about them, they're brilliant. It gets kind of real when you are looking at ice axes, helmets, head torches, making sure you've got spare batteries. Kind of like packing for a military exercise, but way, way more dangerous. If you've got any questions about the kit, just ask. You're looking at an oxygen saturation of around 12% of sea level. So every step you take is exceedingly difficult. Your body is absolutely crying out for air. And we were doing this with no oxygen. There was fresh snow on the ground. That meant the snowpack was loose. It hadn't snowed in over a year, so there was no base pack for it to sit on. And frankly, this couldn't have been harder if we had picked the conditions ourselves. And I was like, I think...
You can't see the humans behind. Do cinematic as well. If you're not too good now. That's it. That's your angle. That's cool.
Oh. That one came running out. Buenas tardes.
It's a lot of llamas.
A lot of llamas. I've just arrived at base camp. So here we are for 3 days. And as you can see, there isn't much here. Got all the kit. Here, so this is all our new kit that we've got, all our food, all of the stuff we've brought as well. And now we've just got a couple of days to acclimatise here. So we're at 4,000 meters. So tomorrow we're going to be doing, was it 6 hours? 6 hour hike tomorrow? Yeah, so 3 hours up, 3 hours down, up to 4-6. I just get some of the acclimatization ready. No idea if this will work for me. It is pretty beautiful out here, and that is home.
Do you need headlamp?
I think so, because mine is
What was that, sorry?
a headlamp.
I've got a headlamp.
If no, then it's okay, but maybe it's better because mine, last time I used it, lasted 4 hours and then,
Okay. So,
Definitely better safe than sorry.
yeah.
only need buy batteries. In the way you can buy.
Okay, and which batteries? Because we maybe have more.
It's 3 batteries, AAA.
And what do you have?
4 AAA batteries, but I need 3. So we're getting the getting kitted out. So these are the boots, size 11. We'll try them on now. Walk up and down. It's like it's all feeling a bit real, and it's very much like a really weird version of going to Clark's. Yeah, these are an 11. Stop them moving around and double sock them, and then you just get that slide of. I think these are actually alright. Look how fast I can run in my new shoes. Not me.
Adventure videos.
Nice.
Look at him, he's a born salesman. I actually have a set of crampons at home I've never used, but I got given them by one of my dad's mates who was in the SAS, and he decided that for my birthday one year he was going to get these Right, and each side he gave me a set of crampons and a signed picture of him as the first man into Bosnia in his uniform on the border. I was like, we call him Rambo. I don't even know what his real name is. He's just called Rambo. Right, so little hike before dinner. We're at base camp now. Get some exercise in, bit of acclimatization. We're at about 4,000 meters now, so yeah, it's pretty thin. We have a very, very big mountain to climb, another 2,000 meters in a couple of days. It's really, really chilled walk today, and tomorrow we're going to go up here. Yeah, you can see out the mic, but just got to take it pretty chill today, and just make sure that, frankly, our bodies are working at this altitude, because altitude sickness could just come on. Anyway, I've got soft shell from Through Dark and the pants as well, hiking pants, and then my new Merrell Gore-Texes, which actually really comfortable, holding up really well, especially on this terrain. This terrain is actually Lake District-esque at the moment, just with a lot less air. I'm exhausted, man, I'm exhausted. I've not slept very well the last couple of nights. It's day 2 and we are on another acclimatization hike. So we are going to go, just gave it away, didn't I? Up there, which is probably, I think, around probably 4,200 meters above sea level. Just for comparison, wow, you can hear I'm out of breath. Your favourite ski resorts are probably around the 2,000 to 2,400 mark. Morzine, where I was earlier this year, is 1,350. So that is quite a lot higher, and then we're up to 6,000 on Sunday. Anyway, we'll just get the lungs working, get the heart working. Fingers crossed we're all doing all right so far. No one's been ill, no one's been sick. Bit of dehydration, which is an obvious sign of a bit of altitude acclimatization. But yeah, let's do this. I mean, honestly, this, like, it really does give Lake District vibes, doesn't it?
You always think of the Andes as being like snowy and pointy, but obviously not all of it.
Yeah, it's that snow. It's that the snowy peak over the top that looked good, doesn't it? Anyway, we've broken 4,000. That's first time over 4,000 for you guys on this trip as well. Oh, is it? So this is that. Yeah, for me, this is the highest I've ever been, I think.
Probably, yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Feel all right. Just a little walk up this hill.
The fact that you didn't get a headache at 0.25 is the biggest thing, because that just shows that you're like
A legend. Yeah, that's the problem. Or see if I have a blood clot in my sleep or something. You wake up in the morning just like blood coming out my nose. Like, oh fuck! I knew that wasn't the right pill I gave him. Right.
Did I cut that one in half? Sorry.
Can you imagine? Our lungs are burning. It is 4,230 meters, whatever that is in feet, above sea level, and we have just been hiking, looking for the summit here. We found it, found this cross, and what you can't see in the background is that another 1,800 meters up that way, fuck, that's a lot, is the summit of where we're going in a couple of days' time. Then we will be off to the high camp tomorrow night? No, day after. So one more day up at this height. But yeah, it's weird to think very few people in the world right now are as high up as we are. This is the highest I have ever been by a long, long way. So yeah, Mount Doom in the background here, that's Chimborazo. I really hope the clouds clear up when we get up there to watch the sunrise. Anyway, yeah, it's absolutely stunning. So we're going to go down, see you in a bit. Going back down now. This is why people hate doing stuff with me. So I'm like, yeah, let's go. It's 88. So we're going to go get Adam, because we are all on different acclimatization schedules. So obviously everyone's body is different, but we've been up the top. Now we're going to head down, get some food. Where is he? Let's hope we can find him. I want to say he's over by those rocks. Worst case scenario, can use my Garmin to backtrack because I've got it on hiking mode. Shout out Garmin, not that they sponsor me, because I keep asking them and they keep saying we'll think about it. We had to use it yesterday because somebody left their phone up the mountain, so we did 2 smaller sets yesterday. Go and get it. But yeah, this, do you know what, there's something really weirdly satisfying about running down these hills. It feels very much like various army courses, or just the army in general, which I never thought I'd say. That's what I missed.
Your daughter Lizzie. You get it? I heard it. Brilliant. Where were you when we were saying that? I thought you were
just through there.
Oh right, I thought you were. That's brilliant.
So I want to get back. So it's like imagine calling your daughter what?
Imagine calling your daughter. Firstly, we started with Liz, because obviously people will be asking, "Is it Elizabeth?" And then she'd have to say, "No, I'm called Lizard." And then we were thinking, we're brainstorming now. The next one was Lynn, because then everyone would say, "Oh, Linda, that must be your full name." No, it's not actually. It's short for Goblin. There must be more. My throat. All right. I've come up with number 3. You meet a girl, and what was it? You get a daughter, and you name her Mon. Do it again.
Just yeah, I can edit it.
So you meet a girl. You know where it's going. Okay. Oh hi, nice to meet you. My name's Mon. Oh, is that short for Monica? No, it's actually short for mongrel. Yeah.
I was not sure where that was going, to be honest.
So there you've got an insight into our climatization training. We spent 5 days at that base camp, up at 4,000 meters and pushing ourselves up a bit higher each day. It was so important to get up to that altitude and start getting our bodies ready for a reduced oxygen environment. But nothing could compare to the mountain that we were about to climb. Our training had been fairly well focused, so we increased either the intensity, the duration, or the altitude at which we went to every day. We made sure that we only increased one of those each time, because that's how a structured training program works, especially for something like this where there are real risks involved. Don't forget, if this is something that you would like to do, or if you just found it interesting, please do follow, like, subscribe. It means a huge deal to me, to be honest, to know that I'm not just shouting into the void when I'm doing these things and putting myself into these situations. Thanks very much for watching, and I will see you on the next video, which is the mountain itself. So I will see you on the next video.